So hi guys, in this video I will leave the two balance patch at recent. One is at the March 6th in KR, when the Echidna and Kamen is the end contents in the Korea server, and next balance patch is happened recently, 3 days ago, which nerfed the breaker and display. So let's review these balance patches and let's make the tier list. So at March balance patch, there are so many HP and armor balance patch for the HP increasement for Summoner, Arcana, Bard, Sorceress, and Devianters, Artillerist armor buff, and Hook Dead Sharpshooter HP buff, Machinist armor buff, Gunslinger armor buff, Demoning armor buff, Reaper armor buff, Storyteller armor buff, Artist HP buff, and Aeromancer armor buff. Also, yes, this Berserker. Berserker got some buff with the damage reduction, which is related with this armor buff maybe. And related with damage. Damage is most important thing in Lostark in my thinking nowadays, because now KR end contents is Famous, Kamen, and Echidna. So this trailer, the March, so get both them engraving. And Glavier got the stagger buff, so I'll skip the stagger buff and buff. So Swift engraving. Maybe it's not a buff related with just some remake. And BERT buff. And delete of stagger damage. And Arcana get the buff. Arcana get many buff. And Summoner also get many buff. And Sorceress get the big buff. So let's keep 3 of the mage characters, because I know they get the many buff. And this is the end of the March balance patch. And recent balance patch, yes, many damage buff is happening. Berserker got damage buff at 1.1%. And Destroyer specialization efficiency got buff, but plus PV damage got 6% buff, but nerf of gravity. So maybe when I saw this nerf patch of that gravity destroyer, I think this balance patch is 100% based on Deimos Blade. So data of Echidna or Kamen is not that high percent, and maybe Deimos data is most important thing in this balance patch. Also GL Gunlancer get many damage buff. So, but I don't think that this balance damage buff give that Gunlancer will become the unright fighter. Just good dealer. I think this patch is good for Gunlancer. And then Paladin got big buff. Now push immunity. I don't know what it is in English, but that damage reduction skill for team members. And Slayer got buff. Identity damage is nerfed, but because of other skills buff, many players said it is buff, but I don't know exactly. And Glavier also got the buff. For Swift engraving only. And Breaker got nerf. Especially the crit engraving got big nerf. But still a good character in my thinking. And Devianters buff. And Artillerist. Both Artillerist got buff. Because normal skill damage is increased, maybe for FP Artillerist, but because these 3 skills, Pressurized Tip Bomb, Air Light, Homing Light, BRT also use it, so BRT also got the buff, maybe it is 1%. And Sharpshooter also got buff. And Machinist got buff, and Gunslinger got buff. And what is Archon? Arcana got buff. Deathblade got nerf. Demonic got buff. And Aeromancer got buff. So in this patch, except the Deathblade and Breaker, many classes got the buff. And one problem of this patch is that Demonic and Machinist, they have similar because one engraving is related with transformation and one engraving is related with crit swiftness. But after this balance patch, many Demonic and Machinist users are mad when it is their main character, because now that transform mode is stronger than that crit swift mode. So they said if the transform mode is stronger than crit swiftness, there is no reason to use other engraving, because transformation gives them shield, additional move speed, and full paralysis immunity, etc, and easier to do a cycle like that. So maybe this is the one problem of the recent balance patch. So after the balance patch, what is my thinking about tier list? But in here, yes, only 3 days. Only 3 days is gone after balance patch when I make the video. So not accurate informations. And in here, now KR and content is what? Deimos, Kamen, and Akin, Lado, yes. But I think that these 3 lists have the very different directions about S tier. For example, Deimos is very easy light, no moving, and very easy to hit. That's why I used the no energy field skill build with Deimos very easy, vs Akina or Kamen case. So in this late, just higher DPS is better tier. Think like that. No any other things are needed. Kamen is also important with DPS, but I said you, DPS is the most important thing, but counter or stagger ability is also important, and utility, move ability like that breaker or push immunity, Deathblade or breaker like that. Why they are super OP under this nerf. These things are also important. And with Echidna, I said you that in Kamen, Swiftness Slayer is good because it is just long run late with DPS checking, but in Echidna, this Swiftness Slayer become dead. Why? Because Echidna become the gimmick damage late like other lates before the Kamen in Lostark. So these 3 lates have the very different directions about the tier ranking. So all tier list is not accurate even if there is the subtitle only for Kamen, only for Deimos, and only for Akina like that. And also recently I'm become very busy. I don't play Lostark many times like before. So let's put the tier list and Breaker. Yes, but after the nerf also Breaker is the god. Orator also I think good. And what is the other character I think is Sorceress is the become very good after the buff. And let's do the other character first. And Summoner become the very good, but not stronger than them. That's why I give him A. And Burst also good, S tier. No, S tier. And I will divide Gunlancer just here. And Barrage Artillerist is A tier in my thinking, but weaker than this Summoner, but still A tier. And Scrapper also good. Arcana is also good. If I thinking the selling player, so top 10% player, Arcana can go to the S tier, but when thinking the down tiers, it is hard to go S, so let's put here. And my static group have the Demonic, but he said now this class engraving is stronger than this Swiftness class engraving. But I still think that Demonic is not that high tier in me. Also, FP got the buff, but still not high tier. And Aeromancer, after the buff, Aeromancer become the high tier in my thinking and also strong, even if it's the low tier when other do the dev. And Glaivier think I just think it is hard to do, but still A, because yes, DPS is a little low, but have so good utility in my thinking. And after the buffs, Counter Machinist, I think it is to divide B and C. I want to delete B and C and make combined it. And Leaper is good. Yeah, Leaper is good. Most of Leaper is good. Distro is when thinking top 10% or top 20%, either go A, but thinking 100%, either go B. But let's thinking 25%, not 10 or 100. And Gunslinger, after the buff, Gunslinger become good in my thinking. And this class engraving in there, I don't see it yet after the balance patch, but because Gunslinger get the all damage buff of Lifer and Shotgun and Pistol, maybe similar with C because this damage increment is lower than Peacemaker. And this Solitaire, it is good at Famous and Kamen, but not that good at Echidna, so let's give it A. If there is no Echidna, I will give it to the S also. But because there is Echidna, Monster will be here. And both of service is very good. Labier bad. This is also bad, and maybe Striker is here. And Machinist will be hard to divide. Maybe here. It's very hard to. Let's divide it here. And after the nerf of Destroyer, but in my thinking, except the Famous, this gravity is not that high tier. I know that gravity Destroyer is S tier in Famous, but still B to A in Kamen and Echidna, and especially B in Echidna. But it also got the nerf, so I think it is the B, except Famous. In Famous, he is king. Dominator is good and got the buff, but I don't see it yet. But I think either 80. No. Oh, Rodancer. Ghost of Rodancer are very good. There is Rodancer. This is maybe S. And Berserker got the buff, but still I think B and C. And Summoner, after the March balance patch, Summoner become also good. And Deathblade, both of Ingress Venus are good. And Sorceress maybe now after the buff, either be B to C, but my friends said these Leaflocks become better, but I didn't see the good Leaflocks in here. Because our main tutor is playing the Igniter, so what I saw Leaflocks is just sub-characters, and they don't show me good data. But many people said it is good, but because it is my personal tier list, I will give it C. And Slayer, maybe A. Because it is top 25%, I will give it to the A. And because of Echidna, I will give it top of B or end of A. Let's give top of B, yes. Because of Echidna. If it is Famous and Kamen, it will go to the A. Almost top of A. I think it is like that. So this is my personal thinking of tier list. Thinking the 3 end contents in KR. But in here, now TL is very good in Lostark, except some little character like Sotoris and Rodancer because of not highest damage. Because Rodancer don't have the very big damage but have good utility and safety of lowest damage per case. Sotoris are very easy and very strong, but he don't have any ability except damage, stagger or movement like that. So I think nowadays Lostark balance tier is not that bad, but it'll be broken after the 3rd Awakening patch, so maybe we should wait for the 3rd Awakening patch. And in here, A can win the S if S make the mistake, and B also can win the A, and C also can win the B, and C also can win the A. But C win the S, it will be impossible. So I think SAB can be fight, and ABC can be fight like that. But D is trash in here. Thank you very much.